Hi, everybody. Welcome to English Digest. I'm Tom.
Hi, I'm Stephanie.
It's our technology unit for the month of November. As we slowly progress toward winter, start preparing your winter clothes because it's just around the corner. But we're not talking about winter clothes so much. We're talking about something called speech recognition, which is probably something you've used before with devices that you have at home. If you say something into your phone for some magical way or some magical reason, it understands what you're saying and does what you asked it to do.
Yeah, I don't use this as much as you do, Tom. I also have a lot of Taiwanese friends who like to just speak into Google and have Google search for something.
So much faster that way.
Well, sometimes. I found that it doesn't usually understand and I get frustrated, so I just type. I'm a fast typist. So anyway, we're going to talk about that. Nowadays, some of you might use speech recognition with Siri or Alexa if you're into Amazon. It also has really helped a lot of disabled people's lives. So that's a real positive. We're going to read through today's article. And then we'll be back to talk about some of these words and about speech recognition in general.
You're relaxing at home when suddenly a tune pops into your head. Feeling lazy, you just say, Siri, play Old Town Road. Your iPhone recognizes your voice and takes action. The command is processed and the song begins to play. It's all possible due to speech recognition. Speech recognition is a technology that enables phones, computers, and other devices to understand spoken language. Machines will then use this input to trigger tasks. Speech recognition adds convenience to our lives. It eliminates the need to type, spell check, or click links to get things done. Inventors have been trying to make speech recognition work for decades. In 1971, researchers developed Harpy, which recognized 1,011 words and understood full sentences. However, progress was slow, as it wasn't until 1997 that a machine that could comprehend continuous speech was developed. Speech recognition really took off when Google created Google Voice Search, which functioned as a data collection tool. This led to greatly improved voice recognition software, helping make digital assistants like Siri and Cortana possible. In addition to making life easier for average users, speech recognition has improved disabled people's lives. It lets people who can't type use computers without assistance. Despite these advances, speech recognition is still a work in progress. Slurred speech or regional accents, which people can usually still understand, often trip up voice recognition software. It also has trouble picking the user's voice out in a noisy environment. It will still take time before computers can recognize words with the same accuracy as a human ear, but it will be exciting when that day comes.
Okay, guys, let's get started. Speech recognition, teaching machines to understand humans. You know, I've noticed a lot of sites on the internet, instead of having a real person pronounce some of these words and phrases that I look up, now they're using machines. They're not very accurate, though, which is frustrating. They still need us, guys. But I know that machines are getting better and better at understanding humans and figuring things out. So probably maybe in another 10 years, they'll be better. They'll be reliable, perhaps, but they're still pretty bad. This has a scenario at the beginning, as we like to do in our articles. So you're relaxing at home when suddenly a tune, a melody, or a song pops into your head. You're feeling lazy, so you just say, Siri, play Old Town Road. Now, this isn't a song I even recognize. Maybe you know it, Tom. You're telling that piece of AI on your phone, Siri, that you want to hear a song. Your iPhone recognizes your voice and takes action. So, according to what you've said, you've asked Siri, this is the command, to go ahead and find this song and play it for you on your phone. the command is processed, and the song begins to play. It's all possible due to something we're calling speech recognition.
Right, so when you say something, the computer understands you. This song here, Old Town Road, of course, was very popular earlier this year. Lil Nas X performed this song, and I heard it a couple of times. It's okay. I don't think it's as great as people think it is, but it's all right, I guess. If I had to pick out a song, though, I'd probably say, hey, Siri, can you play La Camaya for me? I'd really like to hear that at this particular moment in time. But in this particular case, this is something you might think about doing. Say something to your computer, and it will take action, no matter what the task is. If you want to hear a song, or if you want to look for information on the internet, these are things you can do now. Again, using Siri or other kinds of devices. I guess that's different from speech to text, because if you say something into your phone, it turns it into text.
It's still having to recognize your speech.
All right, so I guess they're the same thing. Yeah. There's another one, though, that you take written text and then turn that into speech, which I think goes the opposite direction. So that might be considered speech recognition as well, but that's another subject.
I think that only works, though, on Google Translate, and it's pretty bad. So don't use that for something to practice a speech with, guys. When a computer's involved, it tends to take out a lot of the inflection or indial that we like to put into our words. Yeah, I've heard a lot of weird text being read out aloud by a Google. Usually it's Google Translate I'm listening to, but yeah, so we're talking about where this technology is today. It's still pretty amazing that a computer could actually listen to something you say and then translate that into an action. We're calling what you say as a command. You tell someone you want them to do something when you command them. It can be a verb or a noun. A lot of times you see this word when you're talking about people who are in the army or the navy, the military. They often get commands from their officers. They don't have the choice of saying, no, I don't think so. Not today. They must obey.
Right, it's quite strong there. It's quite serious. It's not just a request, but it's a command here. I command you to do that, otherwise you will be punished. So, yes, you take that command, you give that command to the device. The command is processed, and the song begins to play right there on your device. Isn't that magic? Isn't that wonderful? It's all possible due to speech recognition. Now, here in the next paragraph, it says, speech recognition is a technology that enables phones, computers, and other devices to understand spoken language. So it enables them. It lets them do these things. It allows them to have this function. Your phone, also your is a tablet computer, I guess it's called, and your PC or other devices. Maybe people still use those, what are those beepers called? BBCO or something? I doubt it.
Beepers? No.
I don't think a beeper would work for this particular technology. But it is an example of a device, any kind of machine that helps you do things in your daily life.
Typically, though, I want to warn people a device can't be too big. A device is usually smaller. We wouldn't call a big machine in a factory a device. We would call it a machine. So when you use device, don't go too big with it. So we often use it, though, when we're talking about little gadgets, little devices that we use today in our everyday lives. Our phones, of course, are a great example of a device or a computer. I would probably call my computer a computer, though, not a device. So machines will then use this input. What you give something, or a machine is called the input. What it gives you back is the output. You put something in and you get something out. And they use this input to trigger tasks. Trigger just means to get something started. So we often will hear this word when we're talking about guns. There's a little object on a gun called a trigger. If you press it or push it, it actually starts the action of the bullet, which then will shoot from the gun. So that's a trigger. So to trigger a task, get some sort of task or piece of work started.
Yep, it initiates it, it starts it, it gets it going, it gets the ball rolling. And speech recognition adds convenience to our lives. It eliminates the need to type, spell check, or click links to get things done. I don't really hear a lot of people talking to their phones so much to use this.
I see a lot.
Oh,
yeah.
You do? Okay, maybe more and more people do.
Especially with Google Maps.
Okay, that makes sense. But to me, it seems like when people type or they send text messages, they don't want other people to hear what they're saying, okay? They want to have it private. So I guess it's up to you whether you want to say something to your phone or not. But yeah, you don't need to type, which is good for me because I've got big thumbs and my phone's keyboard is quite small. I make typos all the time. You don't have to spell check. You don't have to worry about whether is it they are or they're possessive or they're over there. This machine takes care of that for you. And you don't have to click on those links with your mouse or with your finger. It just does that automatically.
Yeah, that's kind of convenient, especially for the guys. You know, my fingers aren't too big, but yeah, it makes life a little bit more convenient. Now, moving on, inventors, people who come up with these great ideas for new products or new devices. They've been trying to make speech recognition work for decades. Here, we're just saying it wasn't easy at first. There were a lot of obstacles, you could say. The AI or that machine couldn't understand much for a long time, but it's gotten better and better and better. They've been working on this for decades. A decade is 10 years. So they've worked on it for a long time. We're going to talk about the history behind speech recognition and how far we've come. But first, guys, we're going to listen to our Chinese teacher.
Hello, my name is Shelby. 当你在家想听歌的时候，便对 Siri 下指令，歌曲便来了。这就是 speech recognition。你的 iPhone 认出你的声音，在第一段第3行 ，The command is processed， 指令被处理。Command 名词，命令 ，process 处理，写成被动。但是 processed 本身也是一个形容词，表示加工过的。例如 highly processed convenience food 高度加工的便利食品。在第5行 It's all possible due to speech recognition Due to 介系词片语，由于因为的意思。但是due 单独当一个字，它也是一个形容词，有其他的意思。常见的例如预期的 Her first baby is due in January 她的第一胎预计1月的时候出生，或者到期的，例如说 Complete the school projects before they are due 在到期前请你完成学校的作业。接着我们来看语音辨识是如何操作。在第2段的第1行，语音辨识是让手机、电脑等得以理解口说语言的一种科技。这里我们要介绍一个好用的句型 enable 人 to V 原形动词 enable 使能够，它有2种搭配用法。第一种 enable 加受词，例如说 The dialogue enables cooperation 对话呢能增进合作。第二种用法enable 人 to V 原形，例如 The dictionary enables you to understand English words 字典使你能够理解英语的单词。我们课文这一句就是采用第2种语法。另外到第2段第4行的地方 eliminate 动词有排除的意思，后面直接就加受词，例如说Eliminate the possibility 排除了可能性。
We're going to take a quick break. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Okay, Okay, everybody, let's continue talking about speech recognition. And we pretty much take it for granted today. If we're looking for a location, we just say it to our phone and it goes onto the GPS system and it tells us where to drive and stuff like that. Yeah, we're used to that. It's common, but of course, inventors have been trying to make it work for many, many years, for decades, 20, 30, 40 years. So going back to 1971, researchers developed something called Harpy, which recognized 1,011 words and understood full sentences. Okay, 1,011 words sounds like a lot, but I don't know. I don't think it's going to know. Please tell me how to get to Jai. It's just not going to know Jai. These are going to be very basic words. And the full sentences that it understood would probably be like, hello, my name is Tom. How are you? And that's probably it.
However, progress was slow. When you make progress, you're making some sort of improvements over time. Sometimes progress can be very fast. Sometimes it can be very slow. If you're studying a language, for example, you might think that at first your progress is really fast. You seem to really learn a lot at first, and then it kind of slows down, perhaps. So progress was slow for them, as it wasn't until 1997 that a machine that could comprehend continuous speech was developed. So it sounds like when they first developed Harpy, you could say a couple of words perhaps or a phrase, but you couldn't keep talking. It would get confused, you know. So I've noticed even on YouTube for some of the zimu, which is, what do you call that in English, Tom?
The subtitles?
Subtitles. I've noticed that some of the subtitles are being produced by AI because it's wrong a lot of the time, because whoever is speaking isn't very clear. A lot of native English speakers, we're not very careful when we're talking to each other because we don't need to be. We can just talk really fast and be sloppy. It doesn't matter. So I've noticed that a lot of the subtitles online are wrong. But they've gotten better and better. If you comprehend something, guys, you understand it. You know what is being said. If you don't comprehend something, wow, it's like someone's speaking a foreign language to you. And continuous means something that doesn't stop. Not many things are continuous. I've heard people say, wow, it's been raining continuously for 2 months. Not really. You could say constantly, which means there are little breaks, but continuous means there's no break. So it was very hard for the AI machines to actually understand speech that just kept going on and on and on. It never stopped.
Yeah, maybe some of you have had this happen to you if you're playing with your phone and having a conversation at the same time. You accidentally push that little microphone icon in the Google search window or something like that, and you look down at your phone and you realize that your phone has been writing down everything you said over the last 30 seconds or something like that.
See, that never happens to me.
Oh, that has happened to me before. So, gee, how does it know what I was saying there? So that is an example of the machine being able to comprehend continuous speech, speech that continues and doesn't stop. Well, speech recognition really took off. It really started to become popular when Google created Google Voice Search, which was basically what I was just talking about there. If you, if you tap on that little microphone in the Google window, then it will start writing what you say. If you're looking for information about, tell me about hotels in Kaohsiung, okay? So then it will probably write that out and it will search for information. Oh, there's a hotel right down by the train station. I think I'll stay there. So yes, it really took off with Google Voice Search, and that functioned as a data collection tool. So it collected data or it collected information.
Yeah, that's pretty convenient if you can get it to understand what you're saying. Now, this led to greatly improved voice recognition software, helping make digital assistants like Siri and Cortana possible. Now, I'm not familiar with Cortana. I just know Siri and Alexa. Do you know about Cortana?
No, this is the first time for me too, but evidently it's out there somewhere.
Google.
Yeah, well, let's go ask Google right here on our phones.
I'm going to ask Google now.
Just say Cortana, press that little microphone logo and say...
I never even noticed that microphone. Cortana.
Okay, so while her phone there is searching for that information, we should be able to figure out exactly what that is.
It's recording you. Stop talking.
I can't. We're in the middle of a program here, so you're going to have to figure that out yourself. So let's just go on to the next paragraph here. In addition to making life easier for average users, speech recognition has improved disabled people's lives. So, yes, if you're an average user, just the regular average Joe or average Jane, life has been made easier for you. But not only has it made your life easier, but it also has improved the lives of disabled people, people who have some kind of disability, like being blind or deaf or in wheelchairs or missing an arm or something like that.
Now I know why I didn't know Cortana, because so few people own a Microsoft phone. It's the virtual assistant that Microsoft for Windows 10 produced. So, yeah, I don't know anyone who owns a Windows phone, but that's Cortana. I only know Siri and Alexa. Now you know Cortana.
That's another one to learn. And yes, indeed, if you're a disabled person, of course, this is good news for you because it allows you to use a computer that you couldn't use before.
Great.
Let's look into the specifics here. It says it lets people who can't type use computers without assistance. So maybe you're paralyzed, you can't move your hands, you can't type, but you can certainly say things to the computer, and you can interact with the computer. You can talk to your friends online through Skype or something like that, or order things. The world is now open to you, whereas in the past you needed somebody to help you.
Now, slurred speech is still a problem. Slurred means you're putting your words together. You're not really saying things clearly. A lot of people who drink alcohol start talking with this slurred speech like this. Or perhaps you've had someone in your family that had a stroke, jongfeng. They will sometimes have slurred speech. Now, if you have an accent, a regional accent, it means in countries, of course, there are different areas of a country where people speak words differently. That's always fun. England has a lot of accents. The UK has tons of accents. America does as well. Those are accents. This makes it harder for people to still understand. But these accents and slurred speech often get in the way of that AI or that device understanding you. So if you do use AI, try to be as clear as possible and use a standard accent.
Yep, those accents or slurred speech, not speaking clearly there, of course, can trip up or confuse the voice recognition software. It gets confused. It can't come up with any results. It also has trouble picking the user's voice out in a noisy environment. So if you're at a bar or something or at a loud restaurant and you try to use it, it probably won't know your voice from the voice of that guy shouting at the next table.
Well, Cortana or Google search couldn't separate my voice from your voice, remember?
Right,
yeah, that's interesting. So you kind of need to be alone or in a quieter environment for it to work. Pick something out or pick out something. Ladies, if you go to the store and you're trying to find a cute new dress, you might have a friend with you who helps you pick something out. Pick out a cute dress. Just means you select something. Here, it's having trouble distinguishing or separating your voice from other voices in a noisy environment. So be careful with that. It will still take time before computers can recognize words with the same accuracy as a human ear. The human body is amazing. Still going to take some time for a machine to ever duplicate what our bodies can do. Our ears are amazing. If something's accurate, it's right. There's no mistake in it. And accuracy is the noun form of the word. If you're taking a test, a driving test, you'll be graded or judged on your accuracy. If you're not careful and make mistakes, you're inaccurate. You want to be as accurate as possible. That's the ADJ, the adjective form. Accuracy, of course, is the noun. So Our human ear still wins the day. Still
For
gets
now,
the prize, yeah.
Yeah, but it will be exciting when the day comes that these computers can recognize words just as well as humans can. So, yes, at that time, gee, I guess we'll never have to type again. All we'll have to do is talk to our device, and our lives will be peachy keen. They'll be simple as possible. It will be the life of Riley. Okay, that brings us to the end of our discussion for today. It's time now to listen to our Chinese teacher.
研究人员花了好几年的时间研发语音辨识，所以在第3段第3句，直到西元1997年才开发出能够理解连续语音的机器。as 连接词表示因为。It wasn't until ... that ...子句，直到什么时候才？这是 it is 引导的句构。Until 后面可以加子句或者名词，也可以将 not until 移到句首，形成了否定副词在句首的句型。这时候要小心哦，后面的主要子句必须用倒装的句型，所以整句就变成 Not until 1997 was a machine that could comprehend continuous speech developed。而且拜 Google 之赐啊，语音辨识终于大大进步了。在同一段第4句，这使得语音辨识系统大大的进步，使得 Siri 这一类的助手大为可能。句子中的 led to 是过去式，它的原型 lead to 后面加名词，导致 A lead to B， A 事情会导致 B 结果。意义呢和其他动词片语是雷同的，例如说 bring about 或者 result in， 这些用法都一样，同学可以互相互换，增加你写作文章的可读性。我们也要建议留心一下 helping help 加 ing， 在这里呢，原来的句子是形容词子句 which helped make digital assistance blah blah blah，在这里省略了主词 which， 将动词变成了 helping， 形成分词构句，这是常见的考试重点。语音辨识虽然使生活更加方便，有助于残疾人士，不过呢，它还是有受限的地方。在第4段第3句，尽管有些进展，语音辨识仍有待发展。In progress 是片语，正在进行中。例如 repair work is still in progress， 修缮工程仍在进行。又或者在同一段的第5句，它也很难在嘈杂的环境中辨认出使用者的声音。has trouble 表示做某件事情有困难。其实 trouble 后面有个介系词 in， 但是在口语中通常可以省略，所以我们只看到 has trouble 加 v-ing。 以上是今天的说明，谢谢收听。
Okay, that brings us to the end of our lesson for today. Thank you for joining us, and please join us again next time. From all of us here at English Digest, I'm Tom.
I'm Stephanie.
Goodbye.
Bye.